Hi, good morning. It's Danny. Welcome back. From the title of this video, you might kind of know where this is going already. And I'm sorry, y'all, I can't really see without my glasses on. But this morning, I did something that kind of shocked me, I guess. We have been trying to have children for some time now. And I have literally gone through ultrasounds, blood work, a whole bunch of stuff to try and see if, is there something that is wrong, or is it just timing is really, really off? And so today I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of stressing myself out because my nurse practitioner asked me, she was like, is this stressing you out? Like trying to conceive. And at first I was like, no, it's not. It's not really stressing me out. And as the months have gone on, it is starting to stress me out. And so my nurse practitioner, I was like, no, I'm not like super stressed about it. It's not driving me crazy. None of those things. And as the months go by and the months go on, I'm starting to realize that it is kind of driving me crazy. It is really stressing me out. And so I got in with a women's health clinic, and the first thing she said, she's like, okay. She's like, well, what do you want to do? And I was like, well, I just kind of want to see where I'm at. She's giving me medicine to try because she was like, I think you have PCOS. It's come back, and I've told her, I've been tested for this a bunch of times. I've been tested. And she was like, well, just because the blood work doesn't come back that you have it doesn't mean that you don't have it, because if you have 2 of the symptoms, then we are now classifying that as PCOS. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I definitely do, because I grow facial hair. And I have irregular cycles. I track them with an app, but sometimes it just really doesn't matter because it's irregular. So, and I have kind of always been like that. I've always had to use some form of, I'm not gonna say I've always had to use, but the majority, and not even in my adult life, I was on the birth control pill because my cycles were so heavy when I was 17. Which is funny because I remember my mom was like, well, we're gonna have to talk to your dad and he's gonna be freaking out. And he kind of was like, well, she doesn't need to be on that. That's kind of giving her the okay to be out here doing whatever, which I wasn't. But my cycles were so heavy and so painful, and they were so irregular. And I know I'm in here brushing his hair any kind of way, but I just need to kind of detangle a little bit. And so after that, I went to college. I was on the pill for ever, it seems. And then when I went to the military, I was able to get the Implanon, which was the second version of the Nexplanon. And with that, it was amazing during it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. For 3 years, I didn't have a cycle. So for 3 years, and then I started to think about this is not normal. This is not natural. Your body should not be doing that. I got out of the military, and a year later, I got it taken out of my arm. And for a while, I still didn't have a cycle. I think for 3 months after I had it taken out, I didn't have a cycle still. And I was like, okay, that's kind of normal because the hormones are still in your body, all this other stuff. That's kind of normal. And I was like, well, maybe because I've had this, my body has time. I don't know what I was thinking, because what? I was like, maybe my body has had time to actually kind of reset. I have normal natural cycles, and I did for a while. For a while, it was like clockwork. I was like, okay, it's the 16th. Today is going to be the day. And I would have symptoms before that. So now, as an adult, truly, I feel like I'm really an adult now, but I think once you like own a house and like do certain things, in my mind, that has checked me off in the adulthood box. So for a while it was normal and regular. Then I went back to irregular, heavy, skipping them altogether, things like that, which are so annoying because they just are. Like, sometimes you just need to, I don't know, but you're so annoying. So I went to this new women's health place, and this is the second time that I have taken medicines to try and see, because it's like, oh, well, you have to be this many days outside of your cycle or before your cycle so we can get accurate imaging, all this other stuff. So she's like, let's just check and see if we have the cyst. And came back like, your ultrasound is clear, you don't have cyst. I'm like, okay, cool. Then we came back, I did blood work. She's like, your blood work came back fine. The only thing that was a little low was your progesterone. She's like, it's just a little low. She's like, and when I say a little, it's like 0.2. Which I was like, all right. She's like, let's start on that. I'm like, all right, cool. So started on that. So then here we are now. And I'm just like, after, they're like, oh, if you try for a year and you don't conceive, then, it's time to start talking to somebody. After 35, they give you 6 months. After 6 months, it's time to talk to a specialist. And so I sent the email this morning. I was like, listen, this is stressing me out. My hair's falling out. Like all types of stuff. And I'm like, I don't know if it's just because when I was younger, I was like, oh, if I don't have kids by the age of 34, I'm not going to have kids. And it's a way of being like, haha, you're going to have your first kid at 38. You're going to have your first kid at 37, blah, blah, blah. Whatever the case may be. But now it is starting to stress me out a little bit. And I just feel like, I don't know what else to do. Like I said, I know that I can get pregnant because I have been. That did not result in a birth. So, yeah, so my heart is going out to all of you individuals who are struggling with this, or somebody that might be struggling with this. Because it seems like, and I know this isn't true, but sometimes it just seems like everybody around you just has like the easiest time doing this, and it's like, why am I struggling to do this? Why am I struggling? And you can't compare yourself, right? All of our journeys are different. That's why this is so like this. All of our journeys are different. So, I guess this is my little word to encourage you to just stay strong. My heart goes out to you. And the interesting thing is, I don't know if in my mind I'm just kind of like telling myself this just because, it's like what's the word I'm looking for? Because it's easier to like not be disappointed when you say you don't want things, or when you're like, oh, if it does or doesn't happen, it's okay. Because that's what I've been telling myself for a while. Like, well, maybe I'm just not meant to be a mom. Maybe I'm just not meant to be. I got nieces and nephews, and I love them, and I can always go get them, and they're amazing and wonderful. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. The more I go through this, like, YouTube journey, I guess, the more I am becoming, not more vulnerable, but I guess it's easier to kind of be vulnerable in these spaces, because y'all don't know me. from a kid of 8, you know, and it's like people can say mean things online and that's fine too, but at the end of the day, you don't know me. And I don't know you. So, but yeah, like I said, my heart goes out to any of you that have done or going through this, have experienced this, and if you have gone through this and you've gotten the result that you wanted, I am so greatly happy for you. And if you're still going through it, I am sending you lots of love and a warm hug. And I'm not sure about like documenting all of, hold on, let me see the time. I'm not sure about documenting like everything because I'm a little shy to record outside. I still think it's kind of like off-putting. I need to get over that if I want to like actually do YouTube, I guess. But yeah, sending you lots of hugs. Either way, if you've been through it and you got the results that you wanted, if you are going through it and you're like your day is coming, then I'm also sending you a warm hug. Either way. And it's crazy because it costs a lot of money to like adopt. I don't know if a lot of people know that. I think that I was ignorant and I was like, oh, well, kids need homes and all this other stuff and $60,000-$70,000 for you to adopt a child, which is, it's kind of a weird concept in my opinion. And that's okay. If I have to do that, like every child deserves a loving home with parents that love them, that want the best for them, and all of that. So thank y'all for watching this. Like I said, sending you warm hugs. Lots of love. But yeah, I hope you have a great week and we will see you next time. Bye.